bring on our next guest because he has been extremely bullish on the U.S. economy and the Trump agenda, but no fan of the Fed. Wellington-Altus, their private wealth chief market strategist, Jim Thorne, is with us. All right, Jim, let's start just with what we heard so far. We're going to get the Q&A in a moment, but two dissenters, apparently they're more focused again on inflation than jobs.
Charles, you ever watched the show? Have you ever watched the show Traders? Have you ever watched that, where you sit there and you're presented with the facts, and yet the interpretation is completely and totally wrong? That's what we're getting. It's bunk. I mean, what can you say about the Fed except that they're incompetent and they're not looking at the data objectively?
You've said this for a long time. The Fed is late, they're incompetent, and we have to pay a price for it. If you could be part of it, if you can, my whole dream would be that this Congress would get together with the White House and do something about the Fed. I think it was put together for the wealthiest of the wealthy. It's not a Main Street, organization, but it can be useful. I mean, what are the main things that they're missing and the main mistakes they keep making?
Jay Powell is not the emperor of the U.S. economy, and the Fed is not some holy institution. They need to basically take into consideration what's happening with the American people and the economy. And the whole thing I would just say today, we can argue all you want. The Fed is in the wrong gear. The Fed should be at 275. There's nothing. They have never justified why they are tight. Right? This should be at 275. We should let it run hot. And the other thing is Keynesianism is dead. This is supply side economics. We're shifting out the supply curve, keeping the demand curve fixed. That brings prices down and growth out. This is economics 101. This is, to me, the Fed is political, and it's going to be very interesting to see what the Fed looks like. Maybe not next week, but over the next couple of years, they are sowing the seeds. This whole Fed independence thing, the whole thing with Lisa Cook, Powell showing up at the trial, he had the lowest ratings. His ratings were in free fall because of what's happened with the American public. Now there's sympathy for him out there. Are you concerned about that? The Fed needs to have its independence to set monetary policy. But on the other side, there needs to be oversight. And so I just sit there and think that they've gone too far. I think the pity party's not going to work for the Fed. Right. And I think the Fed looks significantly different in a couple of years as it does right now.
Speaking of polling, Carney has gone through the roof in Canada. Oh, no. He's gone through the roof. And by the way, the globalists have a new superhero, but in your opinion, he's actually going to hurt Canada even more so than it's been hurt the last few years.
What did Confucius say about wisdom, right? You can get it through thought. That's the most important way. You can get it through replicating somebody, or you can get it through experience, and that's the most painful. Look, Canada needs to be inside the U.S. economic umbrella. Either we get there quickly, or we get there, we do take 5 years like we did in the 1980s, and we become the honorary member of the third world. Carney knows this. Right. Carney wants to have a snap election. He's a smart guy, but at the same point in time, I think the globalists and the elite are starting to understand that President Trump is serious and he's not going to put up with this.
Want to move to the market quickly because you've given our audience NVIDIA on many occasions. You like Seagate. Seagate's killing it. The #1 percentage gainer today, up over 200% in the last few months. Are you still like the fundamental story here, or is it getting a little frothy for you?
Charles, how long have we known each other? You sell parabolic charts no matter what.
No matter what.
No matter what. So Seagate, Micron, gold, silver, trim. And then NVIDIA had a parabolic run, and guess what's happened to that? It's basically chopped sideways for 7 months, and it's about to break out. So I would rather recycle the capital. You sell parabolic moves, you don't buy them.
So then pull that up, because that means out of gold and into copper via Freeport-McMoRan.
Yes, copper, yes. We have had the generational run in gold that you and I have been waiting for 30 years. It's over. That doesn't mean it can't go higher, but it needs to rest. And then President Trump's policies are going to kick in. You'll want to buy middle America. You want to buy other areas of the market that are going to enjoy Scott Bessent's focus on Main Street. And so that would be the IWN, small cap growth, small cap value, and also the regional banks. And we're going to get rate cuts by the end of the year. And I think the other thing, looking at the numbers today, was Starbucks had good numbers, and Starbucks had good same-store sales. So the counter, or the controversial trade, is going to be the U.S. consumer comes back by the back half of the year, and you want to be in there.
Love it. Jim, thank you very much.
Thanks.
My friend. Appreciate it. All right.